Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name is Matt, and today we're going to review Hulk #1. And before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So with that being said, let's get straight into this thing. All right, we see Hulk #1 here. This is the brand new Hulk series by Donny Cates and Ryan Ottley. And apparently the idea behind this is, what if the Hulk exists to protect us from Banner? We see right away Hulk here is trapped behind some kind of door he's trying to break into. And I gotta say, this page right here is one of the most beautiful pages I've seen in a while, with this artwork here by Ryan Ottley. He's like stuck in what looks like some kind of portal dimension or something, and there's just a giant door and he's trying to get through it. And then we get this whole like narration sequence during that scene where he was saying, you know, what if Hulk wasn't really the monster inside? What if he was coming out to protect us from Banner? We see they're on some kind of spaceship because it's ready for launch. The engine's engaged. And we see the name of this issue is called Smash or Not. So Bruce Banner here, he's on the ship, and we see he's talking to Betty. And basically we find out through this talking that something happened in El Paso that was really bad, that that she's saying, don't blame yourself for El Paso. I'm assuming that's from the last series, which was called The Immortal Hulk. I have not read that, but I've heard good things. Basically, she's saying like Hulk is just a child. You can't like keep him locked up like that. He's gonna get out eventually. Banner saying like, well, yeah, but so was the kid in The Omen and like Rosemary's Baby and stuff. So like he can be fine in there. As she's talking about the El Paso stuff, he's like, I don't blame myself. I blame him. He gets all mad and everything, like more mad than we've seen Banner get, because he always hulks out about this time. So it turns out, you know, he never wanted to be a superhero. He never wanted to be a defender, an Avenger, any of that stuff, a monster. All he wanted to do was be a man of science. And then we find out, this might have already been known if you read The Immortal Hulk, but apparently he's had a tumor growing inside of him. He thought while he was Hulk, it would keep growing or whatnot, but apparently that's not what's true. It's apparently been growing inside of him. And we see he says, the Hulk is immortal. I am not. He's kind of freaked out that he's, you know, gonna die. And she's saying like, you can't just keep him locked up in there, because it's gonna blow up in your face like it always does. He always gets out. He's always gonna rage so hard he can get out of wherever. And then he tells her to get out of his head, and it turns out that Betty was just a figment of his imagination. He was talking to himself the whole time. And then we cut to the Avengers, who apparently are trying to figure out how this is happening to the Hulk. And Doctor Strange is saying, well, it's got to be some kind of magic. He couldn't have done it without magic, but who? You know, it would take someone like me. And basically we find out there's two Hulks right now. There's a Hulk that's in a dimension somewhere, and then there's the Hulk that's got this like augmented reality suit or something on, and it's beating the fuck out of Tony Stark right now in the Hulkbuster suit. It turns out that Banner is actually like taken over Hulk's body and is now like commanding it from inside his head. So like he has captured Hulk inside of the head as well and put it inside of a dimension. And now he's in control of Hulk's body as opposed to the other way around. There's some pretty cool fight scenes in this. I don't want to spoil everything, but basically he's fighting the Hulk Buster suit. Then there's like 6 of them, and then they unleash some like big weapons on Hulk and everything. And then inside of the mind of Hulk, Banner actually releases or shoots him with a laser, and Hulk turns around and goes, Banner. And then we get this giant thing where you see there's all these tanks and helicopters coming at him in this strange dimension, which is actually inside of his own head. Banner's using Hulk's anger for fuel, and then he can control that power in the fight with that suit that he's got on. We get to the end where Hulk is beating the shit out of Tony Stark in the Hulkbuster costume, and we see he was actually trying to get inside of one of Tony's warehouses where he's building this giant celestial Iron Man suit called the Project Arc. And I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to spoil the rest of this comic. But yeah, that was quite a comic. It was pretty awesome. I skipped over a bunch of the cool stuff in the fight scene because I didn't want to spoil everything. So if you want to see some really cool Hulk fights with Iron Man and everything, go check that out. There's some really, really crazy shit that happens. So, but yeah, that was a great comic. Donny Cates is always one to write an exciting comic, a comic that's got a lot of action, and a comic that's got a lot of fun. Sometimes I feel like the story's not as deep as I want it to be or as meaningful, but I always have fun reading his stuff, and this was no different than that. Just a blast all around. And then the art is fantastic. Ryan Ottley is, knocks it out of the park again. I mean, he did so much good art on Invincible, and now just Hulk. Some of those panels at the beginning Looks so good. His style really fits the Hulk. I can't wait to see where this goes. I'm definitely going to continue with this one, and hopefully the whole series will be really good. I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5 because the art was fantastic, story was fantastic. Definitely go check this one out if it seemed interesting to you, and we will see you guys on the next one.